Hi Aries, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I'm here doing your May 2017 tarot reading. Today I'm using the Mystic Dreamer Tarot. Okay. So some new love for some of you coming into May. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, or the underlying influence for this month, is the Nine of Pentacles. And for me, this is a card that just talks about confidence, because she is, she presides over a big estate and she manages it all on her own. She has a traditionally unusual hobby for a woman. And so it's not focusing on a woman does something unusual. It's focusing on being responsible and accountable for your life, for your managing your own life, for living your life the way you want it to be lived, by not hiding behind tradition or stereotypes or anything like that, and using it as an excuse to prevent you from living the life you want to lead. She lives the life she wants to lead, and she doesn't worry about what other people think. And she gains an enormous amount of confidence and happiness because of it, because she's authenticity. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Ooh, and the stars under her, so healing. Just imagine the water in this card pouring over you and washing away any past hurt or grief or resentment or negativity, and just being able to move forward, dreaming and getting excited about your life again. So for some of you, maybe you had been single for a long time and this new love is coming in just recently, or you've just recently met someone. And it's interesting because it's prompting, what I'm seeing here is like there's a new situation. You want new situations that are supportive. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, anything, friendship, romantic relationship. Because this lady has often been on her own. And so she's like, okay, I've met someone. Now, some relationships in the past, whether it's, again, business, friendship, romantic, have not been so great. And I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about being in a situation like that, opening myself up to that. So it's really like you've got to change your thinking. You've got to change how you're thinking about things, and you're realizing, you know what? I am a confident, capable person that accepts responsibility and can manage her own life without anyone else. So I'm okay now allowing this newness to come into my life, because I know if there are any red flags or things turn sour, that I can take care of myself. I don't need this person in my life. I don't need, and it's not that, I don't need to lean on anyone, but it's like I can manage my own shit. I can pay my bills, keep a job, keep my health. I can manage things. I don't need someone else in my life. I want someone else in my life, the relationships in my life to bring positivity. So it's like, oh, I don't want to bring it in, but it's like, you know what? No, I got this. I have my head around things. I can see things clearly. I know what I want and what I don't want. And so it'll be okay. It's like you're more open all of a sudden because of this confidence you have. And so it's like, even though in the back of my mind, um, I want things to go well, but you're like, you know what? I can move forward and I can deal with it because I am capable and authentic person. Sort of the overall lesson and energy is the Knight of Wands. And I call this the honeymoon card. This is the card of when things are really going well and you're living life to your fullest and you're feeling really creative and inspired and passionate and have a lot of energy and enthusiasm. And that's like you want to live your life in a positive, exciting way. You don't want to be you don't want negativity around you. And that's something that's going to be really important to you moving forward, which makes sense as a fire sign. That's your comfort zone and you're like, that's okay. That's where I want to be. I want a life that's motivated and energetic and exciting and positive. And that's the energy I want to bring into my life. In the near future is the High Priestess. And she's extremely intuitive. I think that for some of you, you're going to maybe start looking into spiritual things and maybe psychic development. But you're really just going to learn to listen to your gut and to follow your instincts, and that instinctively on some level what's right and what's not and what's good for you and what isn't. And you're really going to make sure you don't dismiss any sort of clues, gut feelings, or things that come up. So again, this is going to give you confidence because you're like, I trust my own inner compass to let me know how things are, if things are right, if they feel right, if they don't feel right. So I can feel good about moving forward, and I don't have to constantly go to someone else for validation or verification or anything like that, because I've got a good head on my shoulders. I'm clear on things, and so I can move forward feeling very confident and secure. And that's kind of funny. You in this situation is strength. It's kind of funny in the sense that confidence is not cockiness or ego. This is all done in the context of, this is kind of scaring the shit out of me right now. I don't 100% know how this new venture is going to turn out, but I know I can deal with it however it does. And I'm going to do it anyway, even if I'm a little scared and worried, because I know that I can handle it regardless of whether it turns out exactly how I want or not. So that's what the strength is. It's like doing things. It's not brute strength. It's not control. It's not white knuckling it. It's being vulnerable and putting yourself out there and living life and doing it anyway, even though you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Still knowing, well, I know in my soul, in my heart, that this is where I need to go and I need to give it a shot, and I need to give this relationship a shot, this new job a shot, give it a try. There are no guarantees, but I can handle it. I can do it, even though I'm a little nervous. And other people, it's like this is a conscious decision. You're not, she has a blindfold on, but it's like, I know I can't see. I don't know for sure which either one of these choices are going to lead, because I mean, I may have a crystal ball in the background, but there, unless you're living actually in a relationship, living it, if you're not in a job working on it, you just, there's no guarantee how it will really be or how it will really turn out. But you're like, okay, I know I can't see exactly how either of these choices, but I'm going to make the best choice for me, and I can deal with whatever the outcome is. The hopes and dreams, this card is sort of, or it can be often read as hopes or fears. And I just see the Nine of Wands is about perseverance. So it's just sort of a reminder to just persevere. You have growth on all these wands. You've gotten this far. There's no reason you can't continue to go. So don't be careful not to get caught up if you have one really difficult week or month where you just are feeling like your energy is drained. If you spend all your time and energy thinking, I don't have any energy, I'm exhausted, I can't do this, well, you're setting yourself up for quitting, right? Where you're like, okay, this too shall pass. This is just a moment in time, and I can persevere. I can maintain my level of inspiration, enthusiasm, and get through it. So it's just a reminder to keep perspective and perseverance. What you've really learned about this whole situation is about boundaries. This card is often known as the Miser card, and the Anna K Tarot is my favorite depiction of this card, where there's a man and he's on one side. I should try to find it. He's on one side of a wall. Here, I have the deck right here, because I have my own. I finally bought a little hobby desk. I had been like leaning over in the corner of on the floor in my bedroom, and I finally okay, this is ridiculous. I'm too old to be sitting on the floor like this for hours, so I bought a little hobby desk. But anyway, it'll probably be like the bottom card. Pretty much. Come on. Hopefully I didn't pass it. It's literally the last card. It was the top card of the way it went. That's funny. I probably had pulled it out. So if you look at this guy, he's all huddled over with all of he has wood and just all of his riches, all of his stuff, right? And he's literally built a wall. And this looks like his family on the other side. But he's so preoccupied on protecting his things to the exclusion of his family. So that's, the very top level meaning of this card is that. But what I have translated and come to realize that the Four of Pentacles, it isn't just about, it's about boundaries in general. I think a lot of people, that's an extreme boundary, but I think a lot of people don't have strong enough boundaries. And it's a give and take. It's a balance of figuring out what you will and will not tolerate. Are people being respectful of your boundaries? Are they not? And that's a really good guide moving forward that you've learned. Are people, okay, am I first of all speaking up? Because you can't just assume other people know what is good and what you will and will not tolerate. So being able to advocate for yourself in a positive manner. But once you have done that, are people being respectful of that or not? And that's a really good clue about someone else's character. If they're respecting your boundaries, or do they take it personally, or do they have, lots of times people with the strongest boundaries tend to be the ones that disregard other people's boundaries. But learning to set boundaries in your life moving forward. It's a big lesson you're learning this month. So it felt a little disjointed, but I think there are a lot of good messages coming through that you'll be able to that will resonate with some of you on some level. So just sometimes you just have to do things even if they feel a little scary and you don't really know exactly how they're going to turn out. That's living life. That's what's all about, or else you're just sitting at home letting life live you, right? So you guys are really going to be moving forward this month and making your life what you want it to be. All right, take care.